Hello my crafty friends, this is Donna from My Artastic Life, and I am here to share with you my latest junk journal. This is for the swap at Junk Journal Junkies. This is actually my second swap with them, and the theme of this journal was vintage romance, or vintage Valentine love romance. And this is my journal. I have sewn in 3 signatures as requested, and it is tied together with some hand-dyed seam binding that I copy stained. And what I do is I just run the seam binding through the back here. I haven't put it through, just to make it easier for the video. On the front I have 3 Prima flowers, and in one of my pictures you might have seen that one of them was coming loose, but I have secured them all on there now. This image here is one that I tore apart, and it came from Dreams Etc. And I just decoupaged it onto the cover, and I believe this is this paper came from Theodosia Square, and so did the letters that I punched out. L-O-V-E spells love. And that is how I made my cover. It is a chunky monkey. It does not want to stay closed by itself. And there's still more I would like to add to it, but I'm just not sure that I can get more ephemera in there or anything else, because it is quite full. I probably should have made the spine a little larger. I wasn't expecting it to be so chunky. But anyways, let's get started, and I'll open it up here. And again, this is that this paper line I believe came from, oh no, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to put that down below in the description box. And you know, when I videotape, my mind just pulls a blank, and I know there's others that happens to too, so I'm not the only one out there, so I don't feel completely bad. But I just like this, memories. It had a lot of little words on it: celebrate, love, special wishes, discover it, and I use that for the front and back inside. And you're probably going to hear my little monkeys calling for me in a minute, so I may have to stop and come back to this. But this is why it's taking me so long to get this done. Just some printables that I got off of Pinterest. I believe these came from Astrid's Artistic Efforts blogspot, and same with this one here. Some free images, and this is just a library pocket that I use the same paper as the cover on, and another paper pad inside. I believe this pad actually came from Walmart, and there's some more of that paper. My journals are very eclectic. I really have no rhyme or reason when I start putting them together. I just start creating pages randomly, and then I fit them together as I feel they look good. This one here, more images that were free downloads from Pinterest, and this creates a tuck spot for tags. I'm going to just take this one out to use to show, and hopefully I'm staying in frame here. I'm in an awkward angle trying to videotape this. This is another tuck spot that I created. There's lots of room for journaling in here. All of my papers are either tea dyed or sprayed with Lindy Stamp Gang, or they are coffee dyed, and some of them are both Lindy's and coffee dye. Again, here's another tuck spot that I've created. This one's a little tough to do one-handed, but it does go in there. This one, I'm not sure if you can read that. So many of my smiles begin with you. Just another tuck spot and an image, and I believe this one came from Amy Joy from her Etsy shop. This one's glued down. It's just a decorative piece here. Maybe if I set this down, we can see it a little better. I have a little paper clip here that is attached to the top here. This was a pair of denim jeans that I had that I decided to scrap and cut up. So I made a heart. I took some corrugated cardboard paper and punched out another heart here, and then I had these beautiful little pieces. I think they can't come from the paper studio. I got those at Hobby Lobby, and the paper I used here was coffee dyed and then sprayed with Lindy's, and it is just some graph paper that I used. Love is in the air. Believe in love. Oops, don't mean to bump the camera here. Make sure I'm still in frame. I'm just going to kind of flip through here and try not to talk too much, otherwise this video is going to be very, very long. There are 3 signatures. Each signature had to have 10 pages in it. And I'll just point out tuck spots and different things. I love this paper. I love the feel of it. It's another piece that I use the Lindy's on. And many of you use, I believe, tracing paper, and what I was using before when I was doing mixed media and my art journals, I use deli paper, and I think it just works great. And it has pretty much the same feel to it. Just another page, more room to journal on. I have a little baggie here. I just notched out this side, and the seam of the bag went right across here, so I took this red ribbon. This here I'm not quite finished with. I want to add something to this side because I realized I put my envelope in backwards, and I haven't sealed it yet, but this is my envelope, and this is the center of my page here, and the envelope will just seal up like that when it's done. The other side of that bag, and actually these pages somehow got mixed up, and those two were not supposed to be together. There was supposed to be another page between them, and I don't know how I missed it or where it went, but somehow things got rearranged on me. And this is an image that I did off of Pinterest. And what I actually do with this, because I could not get my printer, and I have a really nice printer. It's actually a Brother, but it's a workhorse. And I've never had problems with it taking cardstock before, but I bought the heavyweight 110-pound cardstock from, I believe it came from Michael's. And for some reason it did not want to take it through this time. So I printed the image on 28-pound paper, and then I decoupaged it on with Mod Podge. So, and it has a nice feel to it now. It's very, very thick and sturdy. And this is a double, well, a pocket and a little tuck spot here. Just one of my little Prima flowers that I glued on. Some more of that paper. I just love the feel and the sound. Like I said, there are lots of places for journaling. A little tuck spot or pocket. I love these stamps. This is a separate stamp, but the XO definitions, these came from Stampin' Up. It's a retired set, and I had to hunt it down, but I finally found it on eBay. Just another stamp set that said love. And this was some more of the graph paper, but I adhered it to some cardstock that I got from Michael, or actually this came from Walmart, and it has a little pocket or tuck spot. Created a little belly band here, and this is another printable from Pinterest, and I created a tag with that, and I don't know if you can see it. Let's see here, bring this closer, but I did do some, excuse me one moment here, stenciling with some pink cotton candy ink. Give me one moment and I'll be back. Okay, sorry about that. Another little belly band that I created. This was with some ribbon with the wire edges here. And this came from Michaels. More stamping that I did. A lot of the stamps that I've used are from Stampin' Up. You'll notice them throughout. I am a demonstrator for Stampin' Up. So if I can be of any assistance with that, feel free to contact me. I love this lace trim that I got. And I just kind of inked up the back side of it. And then on this side, I left light, but I took some glitter glue and just went along the edge, and then on all the edges of the doilies I've gone around. That just creates a tuck, more places to journal. These are the lighter pages that you see in the book are tea dyed, and I do believe I used some parchment in here, and I may have used some craft paper. These are some punches and stamps from Stampin' Up that I used some embossing enamel, and the embossing enamel was like this greenish gold, and I forget the name of it, but it comes from Stampendous. I put some eyelash trim along the edges of this page. This one I really like. It's kind of a tuck spot belly band that I created, but it fits a tag through it, and I still have some more tags to print out, and I just love that page. That was one of my favorites. And this is just some paper that I bought from Hobby Lobby, and I tea dyed the paper. You'll see that on the back side here. And this I created a pocket with, and that'll fit a stamp or a tag right in it. Some more paper with Lindy's. Love it. This is part of that paper pack that I got from Michaels. And it had some lined pages in it for scrapbooking. And on the back side, I've created a pocket, another little tag here. This was part of the paper pack from Michaels as well, and it had definitions on it. And this one said affection, fond attachment, devotion, or love, the affection of a parent for an only child, often affections, emotion, feeling, sentiment over and above the reason and affections. Some more Prima flowers that I put together, and I just added a rhinestone center. This is a printable tag that I found on Pinterest. There was a whole set of them. I've used a few, and that just created a tuck spot. Some trim that I hand dyed with Lindy's, and it was too dark, so I washed it out, and I really like the color that it gave me. This pack is part of the same pack that I used on the cover, I think, if I'm saying it right, Theodosia Square. On this one, stamped up, or inked up with Lindy's, have stamps, and it creates a little tuck spot. This is one of my favorite pages that I've created. This is done with a brand new stamp set that Stampin' Up! Put out, and I believe it's called Sky's the Limit, and it's one of the free sets you can get when you place a $50 order. I love this set, and use the vintage plain, little heart of smoke here coming out, and it says, "You send me soaring," and just created a little tuck or pocket down here and used some black lace trim to go along the side. This is an image that I printed out from Pinterest, I believe, again, Astrid's artistic efforts. is the blog spot that they come from. And she has a lot of free printables on there. And it just created a pocket. And some more of that paper that was coffee dyed. More journaling space. This one has a pocket and a tuck here. Use both. It says unforgettable at the top. And just the back side of that tuck. And this is the craft page that I used in here. A little printable from Pinterest. More Pinterest printables. This was a glassine bag. I kind of cut it down and I decided to sew it in, and it actually has two pockets. The back pocket here, and then the centerpiece, and then the folded pocket in the front. Another Prima flower with a rhinestone, a little satin trim that I put behind it. I gotta make sure that I'm staying in frame here. I'm bad at that. Start looking at the book and not the camera. This I sewed in as well. It was a piece of ribbon. It reminds me of the type of ribbon that a lot of people do like cross-stitching on to make bookmarks. I like the feel of it. It's really neat. Just another tuck spot here. And that little sign, I hand wrote love in it, and I want to say it was a 6x6 paper pad, and it was oh no, my mind's pulling another blank. Some more of that black trim, and I'll try to remember it and post it in the video so you know what it is. Some more of that same pad. A little tuck or pocket here. Did some more stamping with Stampin' Up. My Valentine. Another tuck spot. Side. And I do plan on adding a few more tags to this journal before I send it out. This is like a triple belly band that I created with some trims that I had. They're chipboard trims. And they kind of have this shiny mirror-like dots on them. I just thought it was pretty. Another one of those butterflies that I printed out. And a little tuck spot. Definition stamps that I used again. Some more hearts. Plenty of space to journal. I think I've said that plenty of times. Space to add a picture or even journal on if you like. This is the center of the last signature here. Another printable, and I Mod Podged over it. It's a door bingo card. And this is a double pocket. Tuck spot. Another double pocket. And another belly band that I created. Oh, I'm out of frame. Sorry about that. It's just a little envelope that I have in here. I haven't quite decided where to place it yet. But tuck spot, and tags that are glued down, and we're at the end of the book and the last page together. One more of those definition stamps that I used, and I have a lot more ribbon in different colors that I've hand dyed a lot with using Lindy's and tea and coffee dyes. So I'll be adding those in, and I may even add a another color of ribbon. Okay, I was saying that I actually have more than one ribbon closure. I think that the coffee dye actually goes the best with it. And what I do, and the person can do, is I like to just kind of fish it through the sewn in signatures like this, so it's kind of secured and does not fall off. But I plan to add a couple extra in. I really like this purple. I don't know if the person who receives this would like it because it's so bright, and I just don't know if it really goes. I hand dyed all of the seam binding, but this was my favorite, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and include it. Oops, out of frame again. And let the person decide which one they like best. These are some more that I've done and that I will be using on my tags and things. I'm gonna fit as much in here as possible without making it too much more chunky. This one I was just playing with and started braiding it, but these are 3 more that I did. And just one last piece here. So thank you so much for watching my journal video here. It was a ton of fun to make. I'm so happy to be able to participate with Junk Journal Junkies and do this swap. So, and then you just wrap it right back up, wrap it around twice, and like I said, this little puppy is a chunky monkey and does not like to stay closed on its own. I hope that its recipient doesn't mind too much. I had a blast making it, and I can't wait to make some more. I do plan on opening an Etsy shop this year and putting some of my junk journals and art journals that I do. So thank you for watching, and I would love a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do so you don't miss out on future videos. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.